What's up, everyone? Welcome in to the Fantasy Football Game Show brought to you by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-host, John Luke Garofalo. What's up, JL?
What up?
And guys, joining us today is our very special guest, great friend, and the chief butthole officer over at Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life is Cooter Doodle. What's up, Cooter?
Not much. I didn't know we could say butthole, so I'm glad to know that's free reign.
Totally
butthole
free
is on the table. And that's what I say before dinner. Every single night. I'm never taken up on the offer. It's always turned down for spaghetti or pizza or something like that. We got some people in the chat ready for today's show. Excited Cooters here. Craig and here said we are fortunate to have such esteemed guests on today. And to play some fantasy fortune, shout out Cooter. We got Dave in the chat. What's up, Dave? And
what up,
Pete
Dave?
In here. What's up, Alex? Hey, everybody.
What up, Alex? Good to see you, buddy.
Dustin said, I needed this today. Well, we're here, and I'm glad you're in here with us
too.
today, Dustin. And Dame with the hello to all.
Boy.
Hello to Dame, our resident Scott Fishbowl finalist, top 30 in Scott Fishbowl this year. Dame
overlord.
Unbelievable.
Impressive.
Let's not forget how impressive of a feat that is with how many people are in there.
I fully expect you to say Dame unbelievable, Simon. I don't know why. I just thought that was the next words out of your mouth.
We just start adding all the different descriptors before board in her name over. Dame finals board. We got Mr. Scampers in here. Say, hey, hi, howdy. What's up, Mr. Scampers?
Howdy, partner.
I think that was in each of our three languages. The howdy for me in Texas. Cooter, are you the hey or the hi? Which one do you understand?
I think I would be a hey y'all, right?
Hey y'all.
Horse.
And then jail, you're the hi.
Hi.
That way you understand that. And so in case you didn't know, howdy and hey also mean the same
All my
thing.
interactions consist of me turning the corner right into somebody and then, oh hi.
Yesterday at Home Depot, I was standing in line at the rental counter, and I'm behind this lady, and I was a good bit behind her, and I'd been there for like 3 minutes, and all of a sudden she turns her head and goes, whoa! And I was like, hello? And she was like, sorry, I didn't see you there. And then she just turned back around.
I didn't see you there.
Didn't say anything else, just like screamed in my face and then turned back around.
And you were just like calmly standing there?
I was just standing there. I was even probably like on my phone. Yeah, I wasn't like in her face like this, like looking at the back of her head as she turned around. Albert in here. What's up, Albert? Welcome in. Glad to have you here.
What up, Albert?
And we got Grim in here saying, what's up, guys? The Survivor League champ is here. I took the 2001 Patriots team ball for the prize. It's a pretty sick prize, Grim fan. And Alex in here, giving Dame all the credit, Dame and Toronto. We got Craig in here saying, one of my daughters used to call people Bajo when trying to call her siblings buttholes. That is now a favorite name of mine, to call people Bajo.
And no one knows what he means. So
I know, I like that.
Calling
Well,
them
secret.
buttholes.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's got those like family words that meant something else.
Friends, the friends, the FU.
Different words for a pee-pee or a booty that every family has. That
or your grandma.
Or your grandma, which are like secret little words that you can say that'll get a giggle out of your siblings or your parents, but not out of everyone else. Craig want to know, didn't Joey copyright the Oh Hi Jail?
Copyright.
Definitely. Had to,
Definitely
right?
copyright. Yeah. Did I say oh hi?
Yeah, I think you have to pay like 69 cents every time you say it.
Shoot. I can't afford that. It's gonna happen.
Butthole's free of charge, but if you say oh hi, it costs you 69 cents. Mr. Scamber said, "Oh, is mine, JL." Mr. Scamber said, "We'll have you know that ope belongs to any middle-aged white male. That is a word that belongs to that group of people." Oh, my bad. Oh, coming through here. And Jay wants to know, what is Cooter going to play for us on the guitar? Yeah, Cooter, you got a song prepared?
Yeah, I got Wonderwall. You ready?
I've never heard that one before. Is that some indie band?
Yeah.
That puts Wonderwall out? Well, guys, today we brought Cooter here to play some Fantasy Fortune on top of playing the guitar for us. Before we get into that, though, a couple reminders. Number one, if you're not following our friend Cooter Doodle over on Twitter, you legitimately need to fix that right now.
Oh, my God.
One of the absolute funniest people, not just in fantasy Twitter, but that I have had the pleasure of meeting, and a great analyst as well. So you're not going to want to miss out on what she's putting out there. She's on Twitter at Cooter Doodle. It's right there below her face on the screen. So make sure you're following her. And check out her work over at Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life as well. After you do that, if you're here watching the show, that means you're probably already on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that follow button if you like what we do here. Like the video, and make sure you turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of the stuff that we're putting out. JL might post a picture of his Bajo, and it won't be up for very long because YouTube will remove it. So
you got to be there quick.
Don't have that notification bell on.
Early bird eats the worm.
Early bird. I'm pretty sure that's how that phrase goes. Also, I can't see these emojis, Dave, and I don't know if it looks like squares for you guys too. Same with Craig, but
They look like normal emojis to me.
Oh, so
this maneuver.
I put up emojis with having no idea what they were, but they're squares on my screen.
Oh yeah, they're squares to me.
They're squares.
You guys
maybe you are seeing things and actually.
Maybe I've unlocked the Craig code.
Craig's like, oh no, how did they see my
squares? Yeah, what?
He's like, Craig, you told me they couldn't understand the squares.
They weren't supposed to be able to see.
Is Toronto, is it the salute?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. All I see is the box, but I know Dave.
But you could sense it. You could sense the salute to that box.
Guys, today we are going to play some Fantasy Fortune. John Luke is going to be running the game. Cooter and I are facing off head to head. I'm going to explain the rules and then pass it off to him. This game that we're about to play is a lot like the popular TV show Wheel of Fortune, but instead of spinning a wheel, contestants are going to be answering 50-50 NFL or fantasy-related trivia questions in order to guess a letter that they think is in the puzzle. If you get that consonant right, you're going to get $500 for each instance of it that shows up on the board. Now, you can do this up to 3 times in a row on your turn, but if you get 3 correct and 3 questions correct, we are going to move on to the next contestant after giving you an opportunity to solve. Now, during your turn, you have 2 other options that you can do besides answering a question to guess a letter. You can choose to buy a vowel if you have a minimum of $500 in your round bank. You can buy any vowel. It'll cost $100 per instance that it shows up to a maximum of $500. Or you can choose to solve the puzzle at any time, even a no-letter solve. You'll get a minimum of 1,000 added to your total bank to solve the puzzle. Now, that's not 1,000 plus whatever's in your round bank. If you've got 1,500 in there, you're going to earn 1,500. But if you've got 500 in there, we will add a minimum of 1,000. We'll go like this till we run out of time or run out of puzzles, at which point the contestant with the most money will be our Fantasy Fortune champion. And Cooter, all you got to do is provide us with your fax number, and we'll send you over that Kohl's cash.
All right. I'm going to be honest. I don't know that I sustained and kept any of that information you just said. So I will be asking questions. Okay.
That's okay. I read off a script and now I forgot
consonants every word of it and vowels.
Right, yeah, it's easy to pick up. You'll get it once you start playing.
Yeah. When I was little, this show would come on and I didn't like it. Sorry.
You changed it.
Because I didn't have cool people like you. It was like an old people show, you know?
Yeah.
Like F your consonants.
You're bringing it back.
Simon and Josh are definitely way more fantasy or family. What's it called? Wheel of Fortune. There we go. Fans than I was.
Wheel of Family, I think is what it's called.
Wheel of Family. Wheel of Family. All right, you guys ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
All right, to this first one. Simon, did you explain the toss-up rules?
I did not. I always don't do that.
Yeah, I figured. Well, this first one is going to work completely differently than the way Simon described, which doesn't matter, Cooter, because you didn't listen to that anyway.
I listened.
But this one, so this first puzzle, I'm going to slowly reveal letters, and you just have to say your name as soon as you think you have it. If you are the first one to say your name, I'm going to call on you, and you will get one opportunity to guess at the puzzle.
Oh, God.
Whoever guesses correctly, first and correctly, will get $500 and get to go first in the next round.
Okay.
All right. And I'm
so
over
nervous.
in the private chat instead of the comments because the people watching are a lot smarter than I am usually, and they're getting these puzzles before I can figure them out.
The FYF chat, too smart. Way too smart, which is a good reminder. Play along with us if you have not before. We love it when you play along with us, and we will shout you out if you get it correctly. We'll make fun of you if you don't. All right, first toss-up puzzle. Here we go. This one is worth $500. Say your name the moment that you know what it is. This is an NFL player category. NFL player. Slowly revealing the letter. Say your own name when you think you have
penis.
It.
Oh, sorry.
Simon.
Oh, I just thought it was going to say penis on the board. That's not mine. Is that my name now? Okay, I will.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Right. We'll keep
I'm
going.
I'm going to be so bad at this.
We'll keep going. All right, say your name once you think you have it.
I don't have it.
Simon.
Oh,
you got sneaky. I thought it was going to be an offensive player. This is Micah Parsons.
This is Micah Parsons, and I did try and be sneaky with you here, Simon, because you always get these name ones too quickly.
So Simon's going to absolutely demolish me. This is going to be bad.
The problem is, Cooter, I'm not great at the trivia part, and I can get every single puzzle and leave here with $3,000, and you could get all the trivia and leave here with $20,000.
The chat's going to embarrass us today.
Oh, the chat is so
But the good thing is we'll never know because I'm not looking.
Yeah, ignorance. Schrodinger's chat. There we go. Grim fan in here saying Micah Parsons. Well done. Scamper said Michael Pilson. I don't know who that is. That could be anyone. Could have just embarrassed myself. And Dustin with Micah Parsons. Well done. Simon, that's going to give you $500, and you were going to get to go first in our next puzzle here. So let's get into that one.
Before you pull it up, I just hopped over to the chat, and I see Craig put Patrick Mahomes, and there was a moment where I could only think Patrick Mahomes. Like I saw the P, I saw the names, and I was like,
the M.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes. I love that.
Okay, I'm out of there.
All right. This next puzzle, football terms. So this is crossword style. And these are all football terms. So you don't have to say them in any specific order, but you will need to say them all. But you get
okay. I like
6.
This.
Is that 6 of them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you did it. All right, Simon. First one is yours. Are you ready for a question?
Yeah, I'll take a question. I wish I could solve this.
All right. We're going to start off nice and simple here. Tell me, Simon, which of these two players had more PPR fantasy points in the 2022 season? 2022 season, which of these two players had more fantasy points? Was it Derrick Henry or was it Amon-Ra St. Brown?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a really good question, Jael. I'm glad you brought that to the table, actually. It's something that needs to be discussed more. Derrick Henry versus Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think it was surely Derrick Henry.
It was Derrick Henry, Simon.
Of course,
well
never
done.
Doubted it for a
How
second.
close was it? Do you have the numbers?
It was. Amon-Ra St. Brown was 267, about-ish, and Derrick Henry was 302.
Oh, okay. Wow. I thought it would be closer.
Yeah.
So that's not too far.
Tricky.
I guess Amon-Ra had some rough stretches this season.
Yeah.
I'll take the P.
And by the way, I asked the fantasy points question. All my fantasy points questions will be in PPR tonight. So if I don't say it, you can assume, but also feel free to ask if you are unsure. All right, you said P. Oh, no.
Yeah, P as in Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. I said it right. P. Bonk. No P's.
What? There's so many P words in football. Pass, punt, play.
Patrick.
Hoop, Patrick.
I like your process there, but I feel like you got to go more for just common letters, huh?
I know. I usually do.
But it was a good process.
Name a single P word. It's not penis. Don't say it.
One time I was on the phone and I was spelling something. And I kept trying to say V. I was spelling something. I would say V in my last name, and they would say like E, or they would say like they just couldn't understand the letter I was saying. And I was trying to give them a word, and I was like V as in, and then I paused because all I could think was vagina. I literally couldn't think of another word, so I went V as in. Victor. like there was just like a solid 20 seconds where in my head it was just like, don't say vagina.
On the other end, they're like, please don't say vagina. Please do not say it. Come on.
I was half waiting for them to go in and just go. Vagina.
Maybe they heard you the whole time and they wanted to make you say that.
They're just trying to direct you towards that.
At the call center, they have a mini game. Whoever can get their caller to say vagina wins the pot for that night. They've got a running pot. Everyone throws $5 in, and whoever gets their customer.
Idea.
That'd be great.
That's fantastic. All right, Simon, you guessed P, which is unfortunately incorrect. Meaning, Cooter, we are back to you, and you can you have opportunity to get to your first question here. Would you like it?
Yes.
All right. We're staying in this category here. Which player had more PPR fantasy points in the 2022 season? Was it Saquon Barkley, or was it Joe Mixon?
Damn. Oh my God. I'm going to go with Joe Mixon.
Unfortunately, it was Saquon Barkley.
Even though he had that big ass game?
Even though he had the big ass game, yes. He had more points than, who did I say? Joe Mixon. Come on,
yeah.
JL. Joe Mixon, yeah.
I didn't have Barkley anywhere.
I think Joe Mixon
even though
missed
he has
time.
that big ass?
Even with that big booty, he did not unfortunately get more points. The big bajo.
The Joe Mixon first half of the season, I think, is really clouding my thoughts of his entire season, because that second half was not nearly as good. I think a similar thing's happening with Josh Jacobs a little bit. Didn't finish the year as strong, but in my mind, those guys are like top 3 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right, Simon, we're back to you. Ready for a question?
Let's do it.
All right. Which player had more PPR fantasy points this year? Tony Pollard or Miles Sanders?
Miles Sanders with the touchdowns.
That is incorrect.
Damn
it's Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard. So, Cooter, we're back to you.
Chat's like, come on.
Yeah, you got this. Do something.
All right. I'm ready for my next question.
All right. Which player had more PPR fantasy points, Jalen Waddle or Michael Pittman?
Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle is correct. Cooter, what letter would you like?
I'm going to go with A.
Consonant.
Oh, Okay, sorry. See, I don't play this game.
That's okay.
I'm gonna go with. Sorry, chat. I'm gonna go with R.
R. Bonk. No R's in this
God.
puzzle. Simon, you ready?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I was writing the board down on a piece of paper because I'm thinking I may just have to start figuring this out because trivia's not going well.
All right, Simon. Here's your question. Which player had more rushing yards this season? Jamal Williams or James Conner?
Jamal Williams.
That is correct. What letter would you like?
An N.
N.
As in Nancy.
There are 2 N's.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
I'm actually rooting for Simon at this point so we can like get some letters, you know?
Simon, that's going to give you $1,000 in your round bank, which is enough to purchase a vowel if you like. Or you can take another question.
Let's go ahead and get some vowels up there. I would like the O.
The O.
I swear to God.
There are 3 O's. It's going to cost you $300. 1, 2, 3. And your options are the same.
I'll buy another one. I'll buy the E.
E. There's 1 E.
Okay. Well, that leaves me with enough money to buy another. Maybe the order is actually going to help me out here. I'll buy the A.
A. There's 1 A. And you still have enough to buy another vowel if you'd like.
Let's buy that I.
I. There are 2 I's. Just going to bring you down to 300 in your round bank, which is not enough to buy another vowel. So you can take another question or you can solve.
I'll take my second question.
Take your second question. All right, Simon. Which player, NFL player, had more PPR points? Which player had more PPR points in 2022? Was it Mike Evans or was it Devontae Smith?
Ooh. Mike Evans.
Sorry, it was Devontae Smith.
Man.
I
thought it was another because he did hit 1,000 yards sneakily. Like it wasn't a dominant Mike Evans 1,000-yard season, but he sneakily got there with that 200-yard game, pushed him over the edge. I thought maybe he had enough to outdo Devonta Smith.
It's a good guess, but unfortunately, Cooter, it's your turn again.
All right, I'm ready. Sorry, I'm trying to think of words already. Let's go. Let's do a question.
All right, question. All right, which player had more receiving touchdowns, Cooter? Which player had more receiving touchdowns? Was it Jamar Chase or was it Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Oh. I'm gonna say Chase.
Chase is correct.
Okay.
Well done. 9-6. Well done, Cooter. What letter would you like? Consonant.
I want the letter F.
F. Bonk. No F's.
Okay, that answers something for me. Okay.
All right, no F. Simon, we're back to you.
I'm going to get a pen.
Yeah, I'll take a question.
All right, taking a question. Simon, tell me, Simon, which player had a higher PPR fantasy points per game? Which player had a higher PPR fantasy points per game?
Per game.
Was it Amari Cooper or was it Kenneth Walker?
It was Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper is absolutely correct, and that was so much closer than I wanted it to be, but you nailed it, so that's fine. What letter?
I figured with the early season not having the job for Kenneth Walker is what made me give the edge to Amari Cooper there. I'm going to take the L. There's got to be an L, right?
Taking the L. There's 3 L's,
Yep,
giving you 1,500 in your round bank here. Wow.
Okay, right. I think I've got one of the words.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm still trying to figure out the rest. I'll take another question.
Taking another question. All right, Simon, tell me which player had more passing yards this season? Which player had more passing yards this season? Was it Geno Smith or was it Derek Carr?
It was Geno Smith.
That is correct. What letter would you like?
H.
H.
Yes.
3 H's. It's going to give you another 1,500. Simon, would you like to solve this or would you like another question?
Wasn't that my third one?
That was your third? Okay.
The N, the L, and the H, right?
All right.
Or am I wrong here?
I think you're correct. My bad.
I'm not positive.
My bad. All right. You're going to go ahead and bank this money, and I'm going to give you 5 seconds to solve before we move on to Cooter, starting now.
I know like 3 of them, but I don't know all of them.
Bonk. So. Cooter.
Damn.
We're back to you.
All right.
I think the chat is finally on to it. Cooter, would you like to solve here or would you like a question?
Oh God, I think I'm ready to solve, but there's one I'm just not sure of.
What's it going to be?
Screw it. I'm going to try. Can I try to solve?
Yep.
And if I'm wrong, what happens if I'm wrong?
It'll go back to Simon.
And it just gives them pretty much everything. Okay. All right. Let's do this. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So line, obviously. Clinch. Shovel. Hash. Hole. And I don't know about this one. Lock. I don't know.
What was the last two?
Did I say hash? Hole. Oh, no, it can't be hole. Oh,
Unfortunately,
man.
Kuda, that is incorrect. Simon.
Oh, I got cocky.
Simon, back to you. What would you like to do?
I'll take a question.
Taking a question.
I do not know that last word that Kuda was struggling with.
All right, Simon. Which NFL player had more passing touchdowns this season? Which player had more passing touchdowns this season? Was it Trevor Lawrence or was it Jalen Hurts?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is correct. What letter would you like?
C.
C. 2 C's. Going to give you 1,000 in your round bank.
Well,
Simon.
that didn't help. Yeah, I'll take another question.
All right. Which player threw more interceptions this season? Trevor Lawrence or Aaron Rodgers?
Trevor Lawrence really cut back on his interceptions this year. But was it less than Aaron Rodgers? He had a game with. I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers threw more interceptions this year.
Aaron Rodgers did throw more interceptions, 4 more to be exact. What letter would you like?
S.
There are 4 S's.
Okay. I would like to solve.
Okay.
Hash, shovel, clinch, line, hold, and loss.
You nailed it, Simon. Hash, shovel, line,
GG.
clinch, hold, and loss.
Kuda did the work for me because I was 100% going to say flinch instead of clinch.
Flinch.
I was going to say flinch without a doubt. And I would not have guessed that C if it wasn't just to figure out if that was lock and if that was clinch.
Well, I got so nervous because I'm like, if he gets another chance and gets one more letter, I think it's done. So I was like, I might as well try. But I was thinking hole, like run into the hole.
Hole. Yeah, that was a good guess. It was a good guess.
They say that a lot.
It wasn't a good guess
broadcast.
Considering the E was already like a bonk. Like, no.
Yeah, the last two. Gotcha.
There was 53 comments during that puzzle that I missed out on. Oh my God. They were going wild over there.
Yeah.
They probably solved it like 10 minutes ago.
They didn't really. Grim Fan was the first one I think that got it fully, and that was like 3 minutes ago.
Clinch.
Clinch. Scampers and say, I love you, Cooter.
Love you too, Scampers. Clinch is going to be my word of the week this week because I have to eat hot wings.
You're going to be clinching hard.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Simon, you have a commanding lead, but it is not over. It's not over. We're going to load up our next puzzle here. This is rhyme time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Really no rules to this one. It'll rhyme.
Okay. So one rule.
There's a single rule. This thing will rhyme. Let's see, Simon, you got that last one correct. So Cooter, we're starting with you.
All right, let's go.
All right, Cooter, tell me who had more total targets this season? Was it Chris Godwin or was it Chris Olave?
Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin is correct. What letter would you like?
Olave was special, but he didn't get that many targets. Let's do S.
S. There are 3 S's.
Take that, Simon.
Aha, it's going to give you 1,500 in your round bank, which will allow you to purchase a vowel if you'd like, or you could take another question or you can solve, Peter.
If I purchase a vowel and it's not in there, does it pass on to Simon?
It does, yeah, you get bonked.
Oh, I don't want to get bonked. But I do want to buy a vowel. Let's go with O.
Oh. There's one O. It's going to
close.
cost you 100. So your options are the same. You can buy another vowel. You can solve, or you can take another question.
Let's buy a vowel. Let's go with I.
I. There are 4 I's.
Oh, wow.
Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Options are the same, Cooter.
Let's buy another vowel. Let's go with E.
E. I like the strategy. 2 E's. It's going to cost you 800.
That's okay.
Can you keep it going?
No, I'm good. Do I get a question or does it move on?
Now you can take another question.
Yeah,
yes.
let's do a question.
All right. This is your second question, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Scooter, tell me which player had more receptions this season? Which player had more receptions this season? Was it Cooper Kupp or was it Ramondre Stevenson?
That's a tricky one.
That's annoying. I hate that question.
I'm just gonna think you're trying to trick me here. I'm gonna say Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp is correct.
Okay.
And I do feel bad. That was really close. Ramondre has 69 compared to Cooper Kupp's
Nice.
75.
Cooter, I am begging you that whatever letter you pick discredits whatever I think this puzzle is, because I do not want to say it next.
Oh, you know this? You know it already?
I think so. And if it's what I think it is, then I don't know what's going on in Jail's head
Wait,
right now.
what? It's supposed to be football related and rhyme?
It
And you
doesn't
already
necessarily
know?
have to be football related.
But you already know?
I think I got something that fits. Now I'm not sure that it's right.
You got a crazy brain. I don't understand. Okay. Let's go with the letter. Let's go with T.
Okay. The
T.
moment of truth.
Is that the letter you
Three
need?
T's.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
3 T's.
All right.
That's going to give you a 1,500 in your round bank. And I believe we are going into your third question. So this is your last opportunity to buy vowels this turn if you would like. If you
Okay.
get the next one correct and you correctly guess the letter, then you will get to bank that money.
I don't understand. I'm bothered that Simon knows what that first word is with two letters.
I don't
Okay.
at all. I was
Okay,
completely
okay.
wrong. I'm realizing now because
Okay,
all those
good.
vowels are up there.
Because I was like, am I the dumbest person on this planet? Okay.
Dustin,
Don't answer it.
A
Okay.
good guess. A blank blank with a blank 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 blank.
There you go. All right. Let's just go to another question.
Go to another
This
question.
is my
All right.
last question.
Your third question. Get this correct and guess the letter correctly. You get to bank this money. Hooter, tell me which player had more rushing yards 2022? Which player had more rushing yards in 2022?
Okay.
Was it Latavius Murray or was it Isaiah Pacheco?
Oh, God. Latavius Murray. I already regret it. It's wrong, huh?
That is wrong. I'm sorry. It was Pacheco. It was Pacheco.
It's like I go through the process of like, this is obvious. No, he's tricking me. No, maybe it's a trick question.
It's amazing how quickly this game devolves from do you know trivia to can you read JL?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a losing strategy. Trust me. Whenever I'm in that position, I try and play whoever's hosting it. I always get burned. All right,
I got
Simon.
burned.
I think I'm going to try to solve this.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Spraying paint with a New Orleans Saint.
That is incorrect.
Ugh.
Simon. Cooter, we're back to you.
I thought it was sniffing taint with a New Orleans Saint at first. And I was like, what the hell, JL? Then she guessed the T and it got rid of it up there. So we're good.
You thought it was what?
Sniffing taint with a New Orleans Saint. In my defense, JL, you also said right before the show with Cooter and I on a call before it started, I don't know if I should put this puzzle in there. So that's been in my mind that there's going to be something that maybe I shouldn't say out loud as one of the puzzles.
Well, you are incorrect on both accounts.
Dude, I am mind blown right now. The fact that you even got Orleans out of OS like that.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm here like I know it's with that's where I'm at. Okay.
All right, Cooter. So would you like a question or you still have money in your bank? You can purchase the remaining vowels or you can solve.
I definitely cannot solve, JL. Let's go with the question.
All right. Let's go to
Oh my gosh.
All right. Cooter, tell me which player had more passing yards this season? Which player had more passing yards this season? Was it Mac Jones or was it Kenny Pickett?
Ew. God, I'm nervous again. Let's go with Kenny Pickett.
That is incorrect, Cooter. I'm sorry. Simon, we're back to you.
Give me a question.
Question. Giving up on your
He needs that second letter, huh? That's
Giving
what
up
you need.
on
Really needs that
on the taint puzzle.
on the team. All right, Simon. Let's head on over to a new category here. We're not going to head on over to our normal vacation spot here, but we are going to head to team stats.
Oh, okay.
And I'm curious.
Yeah, that's something I look at a lot.
Which NFL team has scored more points, Simon, this season? Which NFL team has scored more points, real NFL points this season? Was it the Bengals or was it the Patriots?
The Bengals.
That's correct. What letter would you like?
An N.
N. There are 5 N's.
Okay.
That's going to give you
See,
2,500.
now I would be like, oh, that could be New Orleans Saints. Now.
Now you see it.
I'll take I'll buy a vowel. I'll buy that A.
Buying an A. There are a lot of A's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're gonna have
Simon's such
Simon.
a bajo.
Such a bajo. All right, Simon. No more vowels here. You have 2,000 in the round bank. What's it going to be? You going to solve or you take another question?
I need another question.
This is your second question, correct?
Yes.
All right, Simon. Tell me, which NFL team ran more plays this year? The Dallas Cowboys or the Jacksonville Jaguars?
The Dallas Cowboys.
That is correct. What letter would you like?
An R.
R. 1 R.
Just the one. And that was number 3? Or was that number 2?
2 or 3?
That was 2, I think. Huh?
2. And I bought a vowel. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. One more question because I still have no idea what that first word is. Exciting.
All right, Simon. Tell me, which team had more wins this season? Which team had more wins this season? Was it the Rams or was it the Cardinals?
Had more what?
Wins.
More wins? Just wins in general. The Cardinals?
That's incorrect.
It was the
Rams had 5 compared to the Cardinals 4.
Thrown off by the end of the seasons there. I guess the Cardinals had a bad end of the season too, but the Rams really stand out.
Yeah, they do. All right, Cooter, back to you.
Dude, I need a question, and I have to get this right. Yeah.
All right. So which NFL team had more wins this season? Cooter, which NFL team had more wins this season? Was it the Lions or was it the Patriots?
I should know this, and I don't. I know the Lions sucked in the beginning, and then they were winning it out. And I have no clue what the Patriots win-loss is. I'm going to go with the Lions.
Lions is correct. 9-8. What letter would you like?
Oh, God. Just for fun, let's go with G, just to get some money.
G. There's 1 G. It's going to give you 500. No more vowels, so you can either buy it or take another question or solve.
Yep. Question.
All right. Cooter, tell me which NFL team had more total yards this season? Which NFL team had more total yards this season? Was it the Chargers or was it the Saints?
Total yards. I'm going to go with the Saints.
It was the Chargers. I'm
really?
Sorry.
Dang.
Chargers, yeah.
All right. Oh.
All right, Simon.
Biased.
Yeah.
I think I finally figured out that first word.
Did you?
Sampling paint with a New Orleans Saint.
Simon, that is correct. Sampling paint with a New Orleans Saint.
Oh my God.
That was a tricky word. The triple consonant there in the middle really threw me off.
I kept getting stuck on like a CH or like a, you know what I mean? I never would have got NPL. Never.
I thought it had to be that as well. Or like a double letter. I thought like 2 L's, 2 F's, 2 N's. Like I kept going through the sauceling.
Sauceling paint. He said, how do you spell seance?
Just like that, you know.
Just like that. Sockling paint.
Did anyone in the chat get sampling? Because if so, oh my God.
The chat did get sampling.
Big
was Dustin the first one sampling paint? But they first thought it was smelling paint or sniffing paint. Everybody was sniffing paint. Just like you, Simon. Sniffing taint.
It was the vowels early. Got all those vowels in there that threw off a lot of stuff because then we knew where the vowels were. There was just all these empty holes in between them.
Yeah. Cooter, I wanted to ask you, how are you feeling about this New Orleans Saints team? This is your team. You are a Saints fan. How are you feeling about them going into the off season? What sort of moves do you expect them to make?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm nervous. I was very hopeful last off season, and I'm not as hopeful this year.
When Dennis
I don't
or
know.
when Kevin James was going to be the coach.
No, just like before Jameis had played, I was so hopeful. I'm like, let's get him the ball. He looked great, not this year, but the year before. Those like 4 or 5 games. I'm like, he's gonna take us to the promised land. But
Cooter, I was buying into a Jameis resurgence as well. I was really buying into a LASIK Jameis. The system's going to be the same as it was with Sean Payton. The team's going to be rolling, and Jameis is going to come out.
I thought Michael Thomas was going to be back. Like, it's just been a mess. I don't know what they've been doing with Kamara. Why are we not using him like they should? I just don't know.
And we might see him facing the suspension going into next season at some point.
Yeah. Anyways, anybody in the chat have a new team for me to root for? Let me know.
I can't even recommend my team anymore. I've been a Browns fan, but I don't pull anyone over to the Browns fandom anymore.
Hey, you're all welcome in Baltimore.
I do like Baltimore.
Now that Pat, who's in the chat here, said Lions just sent me the news about Roquan Smith getting re-signed and that he's just been slowly pushing this Lamar Jackson's not going to be in Baltimore narrative on me.
I will say I do like the Lions because of Jamal Williams. I'm all in. Like in the narrative of like they kind of sucked and they brought it back. So
yes, I'm with you. I'm fully in on the Lions train.
Yeah, if they win,
fully bought into Dan Gamble.
Thrilled.
I love Jamal Williams. I told this on the morning show, but I was telling my girlfriend how much I loved him, and as I said, and when he scores, he does the most sensual hip thrust. Like 5 seconds later, so she's looking at the TV with me. He runs in and scores and does 2 of just the wide like. He puts some heat into those hip thrusts.
We gotta find a way to get Jamal Williams on our morning show to do hypothetically or something. I feel like he would kill it.
We could have him do an anime bracket with us. Bring him on for a
he
special
would
anime bracket.
Yeah.
It'd be so much fun. All right,
we can shit on Naruto right in front of him.
Yeah, it's too long.
Much too long. I watch a different long show. That's the wrong long one.
We got a question from Grim Van here asking, "What do you think about? Do you think Rodgers is done in Green Bay?"
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Simon.
I think he's done. Did you see the way he walked off the field?
But it's like boy that cried wolf. Like he's done this so many times. Like I don't know.
Nobody read that story to him growing up. He says no idea. Boy who cried wolf. I'm sorry.
Here's my only thing.
But he heard it as like a guide to live life by.
Yeah, like a hero story.
Tale. Yeah.
Here's my only thing. You know how people are reading into the whole like somebody asked him for his jersey and he said, "I'm keeping this one."
Yeah.
Has anyone considered he just didn't want to give it to that guy? Like, oh no, I'm keeping this. You know what I mean? Like,
I do feel bad for Jameson Williams. I hope his feelings aren't too hurt.
Yeah,
because I'd be like, dang man, like
if he doesn't retire, then it's like, dude, why not? You know, you just don't like him.
Yeah, you're just totally now he's committed.
Enough? Yeah,
now he's committed.
He's gonna determine his retirement decision off that. Like, man, Jameson Williams will really think I'm a jerk if I don't retire or switch teams.
Yeah.
And if he retires, does he retire longer than Tom Brady?
Right. Yeah, that's going to be a whole thing. Probably over under you can get on FanDuel Sportsbook. Pat here said he agree with Cooter and he just loves the attention. I agree with you guys on that. I think that he doesn't like not being the center of attention. So whatever he's going to do to keep being center of attention, he's going to do.
I think that could be true. Also, just the way the fans acted towards him at the end of that game. You know what I mean? It seems like they believe the writing's on the wall. They were cheering for him. He walked off the field with Randall Cobb, like his buddy from way back, arm around him. Like I don't watch Aaron Rodgers show like physical affection on the football field very often. I feel like, I don't know, it feels that way. But Cooter, I'm not going to be shocked if you're right and he's just doing it for attention, whether he knows it or not.
I have no idea what this is a reference to. Just Honey Clay Nuts.
Honey Clay Nuts. That was when we were talking about Honey Nut Cheerios, but then we were talking about
he eats Clay.
Aaron Rodgers eat Honey Nut Cheerios, he eats Honey Clay Nuts.
I forgot that it was attached to Aaron Rodgers. I just remembered the Honey Clay Nuts. Cereal for Aaron Rodgers. All right, let's get into our next puzzle here.
I'm like so close. Look at how much money I have.
You got this, Scooter. You got this. This next one, NFL player / movie mashup. Contestants out of the chat, head to the private chat because our chat, they're going to get it. So NFL player movie mashup. A good example of this might be Dude, Where's My Derek Carr? It's going to be an NFL player name that's pushed into a movie title somewhere. Mm-hmm. All right, Cooter, you are going first on this one.
Okay.
All right, Cooter, tell me who had a higher target share the season, who had a higher target share on their respective offense this season. Was it Mark Andrews or was it Zay Jones?
Zay Jones.
Sorry, it was Mark Andrews.
I'm trying to go with my gut now. I'm like, don't think, just go. Just shoot.
Simon. Wait for a question.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Which player had a higher target share on their respective offense this season? Was it Chris Olave or was it Brandon Ayuk?
You target share idiot. We'll go with Chris Olave. His
Chris
was
Olave
pretty
is
high at the
correct.
beginning of the year.
Chris Olave is correct. What letter would you like? And that was very close, by the way.
M.
M
As in Mancy.
3 M's.
M as in
Ooh.
mangina.
Uh-oh. 500. There we go. All right. 1,500 in your round bank, Simon. You can solve, take a vowel, or take a question.
I'll take a question.
Taking a question. All right, Simon. Which player had a higher target share on their respective offense? Was it Chris Godwin or was it Brandon Ayuk?
Another Brandon Ayuk. We'll go with Brandon Ayuk this time.
Brandon Ayuk is correct, Simon. What letter would you like?
Why?
Why? Bonk.
Bonk.
No why.
You clicked on Z.
Bonk. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Freebie.
Bonk. No why.
Damn it.
No Z. All right, Gooder, we're back to you.
So the first word is not MZ. Okay.
MZ, definitely not MZ. Whoops. All right, Cooter, would you like a
I
question?
didn't see the
Oh, wait.
ampersand.
Wait. Can I solve this, I think?
You can absolutely solve it if you know it.
Oh, I don't want to get cocky. I'll wait. No. Yeah, no. I want to solve it.
Okay.
Do it.
I
Say
feel
it out
like
exactly
I
how
might
it's
be
written.
I might be brain farting. Mr. and Mrs. Alex Smith.
That's what I hit.
That is incorrect, Cooter.
What?
Simon, we're moving on to you.
Even Simon gave me the nod. All right.
It must be a different Smith.
Simon, what would you like to do here?
I want to solve, but I can't think of Smiths fast enough, so I need a question.
All right, Simon, which NFL player had threw more pick sixes this season? Was it?
Pick sixes this season.
Pick seasons the sixes. Which of these players threw more pick sixes this season? Was it Matt Ryan or was it Dak Prescott?
I think it was Dak Prescott.
It was Dak Prescott. What letter would you like?
An R.
R.
I was really hoping.
All right, so that's going to give you 1,000 in your round bank, Simon, and you're going into your third one, correct? Or was that your first?
That was my first.
That was your first. Sorry. Okay. Would you like to buy a vowel?
Yeah. I.
There's one I.
This is a risky game buying a vowel.
Oops. Sorry,
because-
I wasn't supposed to give you that.
Give me what?
I gave you 500 instead of taking one away.
I will buy another vowel. Let's take the O.
Oh, hold on. Uh-oh. Yeah, hold on one second.
Gotta hide.
Oh no.
My thing broke. All right, hold on.
I
Let me pull it
hate when
back
my
up.
thing breaks.
Thing breaks. Hold on. Let me reshare. Technical difficulties.
That's okay.
Classic mistakes. All right. You said what?
I'm regretting it. You gave me lots of time to think about that decision.
1-0, Simon.
Excuse me? That's where the O is?
Yeah, I'm very confused now.
What's it going to be, Simon?
I'll take a question.
All right. Which player threw more passing touchdowns this season? Was it Andy Dalton or was it Derek Carr?
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is correct, Simon. What letter would you like?
S.
S. There are 2 S's. Give me another 1,000.
And I just need that last question because I don't know what this is.
Okay.
I think I know. I just want to make you stress it out, like sweat it out.
All right, you asked for a final question, so I'm going to give it to you, Simon. Which player threw more interceptions this season?
God.
You got to answer this correctly. Which player threw more interceptions this season? Was it Baker Mayfield or was it Ryan Tannehill?
Neither one of them played a full year. Baker Mayfield.
That is correct, Simon. What letter would you like?
G.
G is correct.
Damn it.
Would you like? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to solve, Simon.
Mr. and Mrs. Geno Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Geno Smith is correct.
Cooter, I was with you when you said out. Like I was like, oh,
yeah.
I saw the ampersand. I was like, Mr. and Mrs. And then
Yep.
And I thought it was Alex as well.
Oh, got you guys good. I love that you guys couldn't get to Geno Smith. Like Alex Smith hasn't played for a year.
Well, that's what I was
no.
like. I was like, it's got to be Alex Smith, but that's a callback there.
That is
Comeback player of the year, Alex Smith. If we remember,
that's true. That is true. And Dave in here said Toonie for Cooter because she's broke.
Woo! Not for being broke, but for Dave.
For Dave. And Pat got Mr. and Mrs. Geno Smith. Jay in here trying to copy, but failing here is a me, Alex Smith. Nice try. And we got EJ in here said, yo, guys. What up?
What up, EJ?
What up, EJ? And then he also did a 5K run immediately followed by a 5-hour best ball draft party today. Wow, that's pretty fun. I see the only time I've ever run a 5K, I did have a party right the night before, and it was a terrible decision. So I think the way you did it is much better.
Run then party.
Yeah, don't be hungover on Limeritas when you go run the color run.
You want to hear something crazy? The best run of my life in high school was the night after being like the worst hangover I've ever had.
Really?
But my theory is because my hangover was so terrible that nothing hurt after that. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, my legs are fine because I don't want to throw up anymore. I'm great.
Right.
I was like, I can do this. That's my thought.
It was just
I don't know.
moment of like, God, the faster I run, the faster I can get back.
It's over
bed.
with.
The faster I run, the faster I can get back.
I was like, how did I just PR?
I can't run 5K. I won't even attempt to do it anymore. No.
Oh, it was a big mistake. It was one time I got peer pressured into doing it.
My feet are too flat. My willpower is too weak. It doesn't go well together.
Alex asking what was chasing me, Jay. I don't know. Peer pressure. A sense of needing to be liked. Who knows? All right, guys, let's get into one more puzzle here. At least one more puzzle.
And if it was a color run, specifically people with handfuls of colored dust in their hand chasing
you pay to be assaulted while you exercise. Hungover. Yeah.
Of the varieties that involve color, I way prefer the paint concert to the chalk run. The more they throw chalk at you, like the paint concert, that's refreshing in the middle of the show. You
do this thing that's enjoyable.
Flash of paint in the face, or you can torture yourself, and we're going to throw dry chalk in your mouth halfway through. You ready? Sound like fun?
I get nervous about breathing in powder.
I would be. I wouldn't blame you for that.
Like even like when I open up, like I don't know, like ramen, like sometimes it just kind of sprinkles. I'm like,
yeah, because you open it up like an anthrax letter.
The amount of the amount of Nesquik or like Ovaltine that I've accidentally snorted in my life is just
Crystal
a little
Light.
bit because you open it. Yeah, Crystal Light. Exactly.
Every time you pour Crystal Light in, you get a little tingle in your nose because a little bit it went too much up there. All right, guys, let's get into our next puzzle here. Let's go with this one.
Also, I see EJ in here with you could run, jog, walk 5K. Just being active is all that matters. And that is a positive message. Being active is what matters. I just prefer my activity to be non-running activity,
on principle, I do not pay money to run. That is just a little rule of my life.
It's a good principle.
Yeah, I will run, but I will not pay for it. All right. This next one, college football team. College football team is the category. Simon, you got that one correct. So, Cooter, you are going first on this one.
Is this a team or is this all players from the same team?
This is a team. This is a college football team.
This is
a now a good time
team.
This is a team that might get ranked. This is a team. Yeah, this is a college football team.
So it's now a good time to say I don't watch college football. So
perfect time. So it clearly isn't Clemson Tigers, but this would be the Clemson Tigers, for instance, if it was the college football team I was referring to.
Okay.
All right,
Cooter,
you were going first on this one.
With the question,
Cooter, let's take a trip. Take a trip with me. Let's go to the FanDuel Sportsbook.
Okay.
Cooter, true or false? The Buffalo Bills are playing in Buffalo this week against the Miami Dolphins. True or false? The current spread puts the Buffalo Bills as the favorite by 7 points. True
is now a good time to say I don't know betting. I'm going to say true.
That is false. I'm sorry. It's 9 points. Yeah, 9 points. Bigger spread than
it went down. Expecting. It was sitting there at 10.5 for a little while.
Was it?
There. Yeah.
Wow. Even with that 2 in news. Wow. All right. So I'm sorry, Cooter. We're moving on to Simon. Simon, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Tell me, Simon, true or false on this next statement. The Baltimore Ravens are playing against the Cincinnati Bengals, and the total, according to the FanDuel Sportsbook, is set at 45.5. True or false?
Sounds about right. I'll say true.
That is false. It's at
What?
43.5.
43.5?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was sneaky.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a close one.
I went 2-point difference on both of them, so I thought it was only fair. It's only fair.
I'm gonna try to get you some letters here, Simon.
Let's
Gonna
do
get
it.
some letters. All right, we're gonna move
It's
on.
a team game.
Yeah. Why does this keep happening? You guys keep turning these games into me. What's happening?
There's no way I'm gonna solve this. Let me just
All
get
right.
him some letters.
All right, Cooter. Tell me which player had a higher target share on their respective team. Was it DK Metcalf or was it
Oh, I got
Tyler
it.
Lockett?
I think I know it.
I'm gonna go with
Remember, they're on the
DK.
same team. Going with DK, and that is correct. What consonant
Okay.
would you like?
All right. I would like. I don't know anything about college to even know what this could be. Let's go with C.
C. There's one C. It's going to give you 500 in your round bank, Cooter. You could buy a vowel. You
Yes. Let's
yes.
buy an I.
can an I. There's one I, and that is going to cost you $100, which unfortunately puts you under the threshold to buy more vowels, but you can take another question or solve.
Let's go with another question.
Another question. You got it. We're going to stick in this category here. Which NFL player had a higher target share on their respective offense this season? Cooter, which player had a higher target share in their respective offense this season? Was it Alan Lazard or was it Deebo Samuel?
I'm uncomfortable with this. I'm going to say Alan Lazard. I don't think it's right.
You said Alan Lazard, and that is incorrect, but I'm actually going to avoid that one because
Why?
I misread it and they're 0.1 off.
Oh,
And so I'm actually not going to ask you another question because I don't think that's a fair one.
okay.
But it was
I
very
might
close.
get
Either way, you're
this
probably
next one wrong too. Let's see.
All right, you got this. All right. Which player had a higher target share in their respective offense this season? Was it Brandon Cooks or was it George Pickens?
Pickens.
It was Cooks, unfortunately.
What?
It's
I thought he didn't
Cooks,
even
yeah.
play for several games.
He
Oh,
did miss several games, but
Bro,
he still
okay.
was just eating up that target
eating up
share.
the targets. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Simon.
I got you. This is the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Simon, you sneaky mom. It is the Texas Tech Red
That's
Raiders.
impressive.
It was,
Well-
you really narrowed it down with because I assumed it had to be a 2-word team name. And then that second word could only be Tech. Like, as far as like school
With a C,
words
yeah.
go, like even before this, like it just had to be Tech. And then there's only so many names, like states that can even fit above there.
Albert got this like no letters right away. Texas
Heck
Tech
yeah,
Red
Albert.
Raiders. Well
Wow.
done.
If you would have
done.
asked me before this if that was a team, I would have said no.
Absolutely not.
The
It doesn't
Texas
sound
Tech
real. Though.
Red Raiders.
And they play in Lubbock, Texas, which sounds like a fake city. That sounds like a
Lubbock?
city from a movie. Lubbock, Lubbock. It's just
Oh,
a
wow.
random city in the middle of like nothing, like literally nothing in the middle of Texas. And then here's a city.
And we got Grimfan with a good question in here asking if you're the Bears, guys, do you keep or trade the number 1 pick? What would you do? Cooter, what are you doing if you're the Bears? You're sitting on the board.
I honestly think I would trade the number 1. Obviously it's just like with fantasy, if you can get enough, right? If you can get some good pieces and get some good things out of it. But I saw some people are saying there's potential that they would even trade Fields. I wouldn't do that.
No.
The whole conversation, should they draft a quarterback with the 1, I think is
It
ridiculous.
seems silly. Yeah.
like,
why?
What we saw from Fields this year, we saw massive steps forward just as like a player in the NFL, right? His ability to
Yep.
process the game, make decisions. Sure, he's still got things he needs to work on, but he's a second-year quarterback playing with
Yep.
Equanimeous St. Brown and N'Keal
Yep.
Harry as his primary wide receivers out there. Let's get him some weapons, trade that pick away for a haul.
Yep.
and then come
Build
back in.
around him, make it happen.
I'm with you, Cooter.
Yeah, I like that. I'm the same way. I'm thinking the same way. You got Justin Fields, stick with him. Stick with him. And Grimvan asking who's the number 1 pick. It's probably too early to tell, but who do you guys think if you were to take a shot?
I don't watch college. You tell me.
I'll guess Bryce Young as the number
Bryce
1
Young.
pick. That could have changed. I know there's been some hype around other quarterbacks, and there's been a little bit of hype dying out for Young and Stroud, but I'll guess that it's still going to be Bryce Young.
Pat's saying trade it for 2 starters and picks. Yeah, you probably could. And he said Bryce and CJ are 1 and 2 in the draft. He thinks probably very likely those 2 top quarterbacks. And then we had a question here from Come Here Now. What up, Come Here Now? Said, who do y'all like better for Dynasty, J.K. Dobbins or Khalil Herbert? What do you think about this one, Cooter?
I don't know. I have an affinity for Khalil Herbert. I think I like Khalil.
You like Khalil? I'm going Dobbins in this one.
And I know most people probably will. I don't know why. I like Herbert.
Yeah, I mean, Herbert's got, as of right now, unless things change with the Bears or they re-sign David Montgomery, it looks like he's going to be the starter there next year. And it looks like they actually like him as the starter. Like whenever we've seen him take on the full workload, the dude looks pretty good. This is a lot closer than I thought it would have been at the beginning of the season for me, but I do think I ever so slightly lean Dobbins here. Just from like a pure talent perspective, I think I like his talent more than Herbert's.
I really hope Khalil Herbert is able to turn his value into a similar to someone like Dobbins. Dobbins has retained value so well over the last couple of seasons, even though he hasn't really done much. So I'm hoping Khalil Herbert can get to that point. It remains to be seen, though. And Dustin Hare adding in he said the thought process is that Fields is just okay, and you can trade him for a haul and get the QB of your choice and reset the rookie contract. The risk is that QB isn't as good as Justin Fields that you get.
Yeah, that's one, I don't buy into the narrative that he's just okay. And 2, we've seen it time and time again. These quarterbacks come out early and they don't even look like Justin Fields looked this year ever, right? We just don't see it from them. We don't see it from Zach Wilson. We don't see it from Josh Rosen. We don't see it from Marcus Mariota. We don't see it from Jameis Winston. Like we've just got all of these quarterbacks that go early. Daniel Jones, maybe now we're finally starting to see some from him. Mitch Trubisky, another one that went early. Like you've got a quarterback that's playing well for your team, has these intangibles that you can't guarantee you're going to get.
And he can run.
And he can run.
Boy, can he ever. Like 1,000-yard seasons, just 130 yards casually in a game. Man, I can't imagine them moving on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think how people felt about Jalen Hurts like a year or 2 ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're right.
Everyone was out on him, right?
Yeah.
We're all like, there's no way that he can continue to, like, he's a great fantasy asset, but it's unlikely to continue to be a starter.
And that's literally, like people were saying the same thing about Fields. He's a good fantasy asset, but is he a good quarterback?
Yeah.
So
I think the answer is yes. And if he's getting drafted later next year because of it, I will more than happily take a Justin Fields discount, but I doubt it. People smartened up to Jalen Hurts this year, had him up there as like a top 5 guy. They'll probably wisen up to Justin Fields next year as well.
His system is really propping him up a lot too. Like he's just in he's surrounded by such good talent. We have to see something similar with Justin Fields for him to really, I think, pop off.
And Pat said Jalen Hurts is a really good comp.
Jalen Hurts
wearing those jorts. Oh, I bet he'd look good in a pair of jorts. Those thighs, they'd be busting out of those jorts right there.
Sexualizing NFL players. I like it.
Cooter, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us today. It is truly always a pleasure getting to hang out with you.
We love hanging out with you.
Always a good time. Thank y'all.
And everybody watching, if you have not already followed Cooter, fix it right now. She's on Twitter at Cooter Doodle. Truly, you're not going to regret it. In fact, you've been missing out. Your new life begins after you hit that follow button.
I'll pay you.
No, you'll pay me after you do it. I guarantee it. I'm not even asking for money, but you're going to come back and be like, you were right. Here's $1. Getting the game in here saying, what's up, boys? I mean, crew. Yeah, we got a whole crew in here right now. Welcome in. You made it just in time for us to say goodbye for the day, Tommy. Guys, that's going to be it for us. Jaylen and I will be live again tomorrow morning with our friend Cooper over on the Better Sports Network and right here on our YouTube channel for the Front Yard Fantasy Morning Show. Until then, though, we are out of here. Cooter Doodle, best of luck to your mouth on Thursday and your butt on Friday. Really going to be thinking about you during those time periods. Until tomorrow morning, though, we are out of here. Another big thanks to Cooter. Big thanks to everyone who stopped by to hang out with us. And we are out of here. Adios, everyone.
What's happening?